Here's how you install a dishwasher. Twist the tab, and then that's not going anywhere. And then they give you 2 little screws to attach this to the counter. But if you had a counter that was made of granite or something, you probably wouldn't want to drill into that. And then there's also a little gasket that goes around some models. So just get it where you want it. If you can, try to get it so the gasket is not showing. When you got it where you like, make sure it's even on both sides and the top has a nice even reveal. And then you're just going to screw it in. Now we can make our final connections below the sink. First one is going to be our wastewater, and we're going to use this guy. You could also use one from the disposal, but make sure if you have a new disposal or if you haven't used that before, that you knock out the little plastic piece because it comes sealed. So make sure you knock that piece out inside there if you're going to use that. But we'll use this one. The front part of the rubber is too big, so we're going to cut that piece of the rubber off. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pipe dope here to lubricate the connection and also seal it. And then I've got a clamp that I'm going to use too after I get it on here. Nice. Not going anywhere. Next is our water supply line. Again, just a little bit of dope. Hand tight, and then give it another turn with a wrench. Now we can turn the water on and check for leaks. And then we can go ahead and plug in the unit. All right, now before you test it, make sure you take all the styrofoam and any other, pieces of paper out so you don't get them wet and destroy your new dishwasher. And then we're gonna turn on and just do a cycle. All right, so we're gonna check for leaks, and that's why we left the bottom plate off. We're gonna check for leaks while it's running. All right, so when there's water coming out, make sure you're checking for leaks around this guy. And then when it starts to drain, make sure your drain connection is not leaking. And then also double check your supply line is not leaking. So after you check for leaks, you're ready to put the bottom plate back on. So you're just gonna find your little screw holes, and then this adjusts actually, so you can bring that plate down so it covers all of the bottom. And that's how you install a dishwasher.